Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Matt here, call sign VA1MRT, and I happened to get a little mail the other day. Got in a couple lengths of Coax, so I thought I'd show it to you guys, show you what I got, do a little video on it, compare to what I was using before. I picked up this stuff here for when I'm doing working satellites, so I thought, hey, might as well do a video on it. Show compare what I was using before to what I got now, and the reason why I switched. So let's get into it. All right, now I got one of them out of the package. I went with ABR Industries cable, 50 ohm coax, low loss. This is the RG8X version, and quite a few specs on it. 16 gauge, center strand, 19 strands, tin copper. Just talks about the type of material, how many watts it's good for. Looks like nominal dB, depending on the frequency range you're running. So I'm going to be running UHF and VHF, so it's like 3.6 and 6.3 for around that frequency range. That's probably give or take. So anything's a lot better than what I was using now. And so, like I said, just picked up the 6-foot lengths, BNC on both ends, because on my Arrow antenna it has BNC connections for the both VHF and UHF. So, and plus on my radios that I'm using, which I'll probably be doing another video on that, what I use for satellite, use BNC connectors. So that's why I went with those guys. And the reason why I went with these, and I'll show you here, just put that guy aside. This was what I was using originally. I got this from a local ham. He had a bit of coax hanging around, so he's like, decided to give me some. Just some stuff he had left on a roll. This is RG58C/U, and I made these myself. And I know a lot of people like making their own connections and connectors and stuff like that, making their own cables up. But what I found, for the price it was going to cost me just to buy the connector separate, buy the cable, and get it all shipped here, it was going to cost me more than what I paid for the cable. So I picked up two at 6-foot lengths of RG8X, and it came to, I think I was still looking at the receipt, $63. So not terrible, but for what it was going to cost me to do all the time and order the cable and all that stuff separately, it was going to cost more than it would be just to buy these 6-foot lengths. I wish I could have got them a little longer. I got them from Radio World, and that's all they had. Was the longest length they had was 6-foot lengths. So that's what I went with, and yeah, it so far so good. I did try them one day before running satellite, and it performed well. Maybe I think we'll set up the arrow here and break out the analyzer, and we'll do a little video on that. But yeah, this is what I was using for. There's two lengths here. I had them different colored just to differentiate the UHF and VHF, because sometimes I get them mixed up. and it wasn't a good time looking to transmit on the satellite, and here I was transmitting on the wrong frequency. So it happens to the best of us. But the reason why I switched, and because there was one day I was out using my FT818, and I noticed the SWR was kind of on the meter on the screen. It was kind of spiking a little bit. And I was like, I don't like that. So that's why I decided to swap out and get some new cables. So that's why I went that route. I mean, so far on VHF and UHF, it was working perfect. Tested on the analyzer, connected up to the Arrow antenna, and it's working great. But whatever reason, on the 818, the SWR was spiking, and it was my first time trying to run the linear satellites. So maybe there's just some setting or something I had wrong, but I don't know. I don't understand why the SWR was shooting, kind of bouncing up and down. So just to be on the safe side, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna swap with these. If these are still good, I'm definitely gonna keep these for spares. But for the sake of it, I figured I'll just get a couple new cables and just play it safe. And so far they did test out good. But for the video's sake, why don't we pop these guys on the analyzer, set up the antenna, and see how they work. Just doing a sweep across the UHF, not the UHF, the VHF band. My analyzer does not test for UHF, unfortunately. Break it out here. Lucky enough, I found this guy on the buy and sell. Let me get her in the frame here. There we go. This is my MFJ 259B, and yeah, so far so good. It's worked out pretty good. It'll only do from UHF all the way up to 160 meters, but sorry, VHF all the way up to 160 meters, but it seems to work good. Had good luck with it. This is the original owner, VE1DHD, fella from Halifax that sent me that, or around Halifax area. I can't quite remember, but yeah, scored this guy for $100, so I thought that was a pretty good deal as well. So let's set up the Arrow and just do a quick sweep across the band and see what we see. So I figure here we're gonna break up the Arrow. Gotta get her in the frame here, and there we go. Yeah, I think, wait, that's not an Arrow. This is a bunch of black ABS pipe. So this is what I use to store my Arrow antenna. Just the length of ABS. Got a bottom on it, and we got a top right here. Let's look at the price tag on it. Just take this guy, screw her off, and boom. Keeps her all protected in there. And the stores are pretty good. And it was pretty cheap. $6.49 for the bottom piece. I had this length hanging around from a plumbing job I did. And this part here that screws on, that was, this is here, $6.69. So yeah, let's break out the pieces here. There's two of my elements, one more. Two. And for the ease of convenience of it all, I have them all numbered on the end of where they're supposed to go. So I don't have to think about what goes where. Put that guy together. First of all, let's put on number 2. Screw that guy in there. I have number 1 for my first element, obviously. First, second, and third. As everybody knows, it's the longest, and it gets shorter the further you go of the boom. A little harder to do when you want to try and keep everything in frame. And there we have it. And there we have it. We're all set up, ready to go. Got my analyzer off to the side here, so just going to take and connect the coax. Just want to say I'm not being sponsored by AVR Industries to do a video on the cable. I purchased this myself. But hey, if they want to send me cables, I'll gladly review it for them. So yeah, there we go, ready to rock. I think we'll set up. I'll get the camera a little closer to the analyzer, and we'll do a quick sweep of it. Okay, so we got our analyzer on, and kind of awkward here because I'm holding up the arrow, because if for some reason it gets a little close to anything, as you know, if anything impedes it a little bit, the SWR is going to rise. So right now, and sorry for the glare, it's showing at 1.7. We're at 144.12. So let's just turn the dial here. And showing 1.4, 1.3, 1.2, we're at 147, 1.1, and up at 148, we're down up to 1.1. So again, sorry for the glare, but it's looking pretty good. Let's just keep going for the hell of it. Yeah, higher we go. It's obviously this antenna isn't tuned for that. It's not high up, but there you go. Coax is working good. Aero antenna is working good. I call it a win. Alright, here we're set up a little different, and just for curiosity's sake, I just hooked up the other cable, because wouldn't that be something? I test one cable, works great, go to test the other one, and it doesn't work. So, just to check, here we are. So I'm going to hold up the antenna so it's not going to interfere with anything, and try and turn the dial. So bear with me here if I start going the wrong way. Well, looks like we're going up. .146, 147. We're at the top of the band, and let's go back down. Alright, this one looks like it's performing better than the other one. Or it could be how I'm holding the antenna. Either way, that's still a very good acceptable range, and it'll definitely do what we want to do. Not that I'm going to be running at very high power, 5 watts max. Even that's a lot for running satellites. So hey, that'll do. Oh, looks like we're a little too high, and we'll bring her back down. There we go. That I think that's going to work pretty good. Well, guys, that's going to conclude this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I think next video I'll see it right here, right now, but I'll break out some of the FM gear I'm using. I have 2 setups I use for running satellites, for FM satellites. The one I mostly use is handhelds, but I did set up a Yaesu FT8800, I do believe, if my memory serves me. I'd have to double check, but we'll definitely check it out and show you what I done. So there'll be another video, and maybe we'll take a couple of videos when we're out in the field working a few more satellites. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and 73 for now. This is Victor Alpha 1, Mike Romeo Tango. Bye, guys.